I was in Argentina recently, and we were living with someone for a week. He had a space for everyone to live in community for a week. And every morning he watered his garden. And so he had a little hose. So he just watered a little bit of the garden at a time. And so he put the water where it was needed. He didn't spray the dirt, of which there was a lot of dirt blowing around. We were always dirty at this. So for me, that's just a simple example of the water is like your life energy. And it's not that he didn't spray water on the dirt because he thought dirt was bad, right? Or there's something wrong with dirt. It's that he put the water on the plants because that's where he wanted to direct that energy. And so for me, that's what boundaries are. That we're learning, we have this incredible precious resource called our attention and our energy. In my mind, it's a beautiful gift that you get to choose how to direct that energy and attention. And the more clear your choice is, the easier it becomes to say no to putting the water on the dirt when you want to put it on the plants, right? So for me, really, I'm defining life-serving boundaries as wise discernment. That wise discernment, then, we could say, depends on at least 4 things. It depends on you knowing your intention. Knowing your intention before our class, for instance, knowing your intention for your life, right? For me, I set my intention every day because it's constantly evolving relative to what's alive for me. And I have a dear friend, Fer Mateo, and every day we send a little audio on WhatsApp sharing our intention to help us stay awake and aware of where we want to direct our life energy. So my intention today was to remember gratitude and to celebrate. Right? And for me, celebrate could be as simple as, oh, there's crows playing on my front porch. I love seeing them out there. Right? Simple celebrations. So intention kind of for me is the foundation of everything. And then we get a little bit more specific to relative situations by understanding the needs or the values we're attending to in a given context and in a given relationship. And we're going to get much more deeply into that. And of course, in one of the biggest gifts that Marshall Rosenberg gave with nonviolent communication was the list of universal needs, right? It's just so, so powerful. And so that relates to the third thing that I want to name, which is language. We do need a certain amount of language to set boundaries in a connected way. You know, for me, that includes body language. And at the same time, I think it's essential that we have a language of universal needs at the very least. And then the last thing, just to name, it's the 12th relationship competency in my system, Mindful Compassionate Dialogue, healthy differentiation. So healthy differentiation is a whole set of skills and consciousness in which you cultivate an awareness of what you're responsible for and what the other person is responsible for. And so with boundaries, you know, it comes up a lot that, oh, was I responsible for making that person feel bad? So that's an example of a lack of differentiation. We're not sure where our responsibility begins and ends. Certainly in my own family, I worked hard to overcome my savior complex, right? When my dad left when I was a teenager, I became, as a 16-year-old, head of the family and took on this idea that I was responsible for everyone. Right? Kids get ideas like that in midst of crisis. And so sometimes, especially in my case, I had to learn systematically, oh, parents are responsible for this. I'm not responsible for this impact of my dad's leaving us and so on, right? So it involves healthy differentiation, involves all of that kind of thing.